Hello, everyone, and welcome to Armstrong in the Loop podcast. I'm your host, Seth Prentice, and today I'm honored to be joined by Sam Hopkins of H Kingston. Sam, welcome to the show.
Hello, thanks for having me.
Sam, first off, what is H Kingston?
H Kingston is a redevelopment company for Harmony and Zelienople. We purchase historic properties and properties in general and restore them back to what they originally were. And we also are trying to get more amenities into the community, like the bike share and kayak rentals, and just get more foot traffic and more businesses back into Harmony and Zeli.
So your main goal then is actually a larger idea of trying to bring back what Harmony might have been back, 40, 50, 60 years ago.
Yeah, Harmony was a great town back in the olden days, where people came here on the short line to vacation. I mean, it was a big vacation spot for Pittsburgh, and cars sort of killed that, situation. But the town is one of the few towns outside of Pittsburgh that's very walkable, with water sports and great food and great people and great values.
Awesome. Well, recently a new bike rack appeared in Harmony, and I was told you might be the person to talk to about it. Could you share with the audience about what this bike share program is?
Yeah, it's as I mentioned, that Zeli and Harmony are very walkable, and everyone's out riding bikes, and because Harmony is historic and National Historic Landmark, we get a lot of tourists here. And so the idea was to put in bike shares all over Harmony and Zelienople, where people could just walk up and rent a bike with their phone and just hop on it and either get exercise, or if you're a tourist, you can ride around and see the town. So the first bike share went in next to Wonder Bar, right next to the rope maker shop. And the plan is to put them, 3 or 4 bike stations just all over Harmony and all over Zelienople, so people can just hop on them and either tour or get exercise.
How does the bike share program work? Is it app-based, or do you have to do anything specific?
Yeah, it's app-based. You just download an app on your iPhone or on your Android, and when you launch the application, it will tell you where the various bike shares are on the map, and you just select the one where you're at, and then it will let you know what bikes are available. You just click it. To start, for Zelienople and Harmony residents, it's just going to be a free bike share. So you just have to sort of join, give your contact information, and you'll just be able to walk up and rent a bike and go. And then after the bugs are worked out, then I'll just move to tourists. And the goal is it's not a money-making venture. We want people to ride the bikes. So, it's going to be $1 or $2 an hour, just something really low cost, or we can just sort of hop on it and help pay for the maintenance of the bikes.
Oh, that's fantastic. Now, with you being able to rent the bike, is there a time limit per se, or do you have to select that inside the app?
Yeah, when you're in the app, it's a 3-hour ride. If you're riding a bike for more than 3 hours, you're better than me. So I think that's more enough time, and then you can restart your rental if you're with family or whatnot. You can restart it and hand it off to other people.
Now the plans for this program, I'm sure, were great prior to the middle of February to where it is now. What are the hopes of more of the bike racks appearing, and when can the program actually start?
Yeah, the bike racks, H Kingston owns property all throughout Harmony and Zelienople, so we have the space to put the racks. And we're installing them, as you saw with the first one going in the road maker shop in Wonder Bar area. Unfortunately, with the virus out there, Butler and Allegheny County, the virus is increasing. So we're sort of on a standstill right now. with anything with this virus, no one knows what's going to happen. So we're just sort of wait and see. We don't want to be part of the problem, and getting people sick. So we're just taking this time to get our systems in. And we may open it up to a couple beta testers that, show up and spray down the bikes, because it's a touch product, as far as the bikes are concerned.
Oh, for sure.
As far as when it's going to launch, hopefully the virus goes away tomorrow.
Yeah.
But it's sort of unknown at this point.
Are there plans in place for you to make this a larger community base and move it to other locations, or is Harmony Zealy the main focus?
The main focus is Harmony and Zealy. HH Kingston is, the mission statement is just for Harmony and Zealy and Opal, and to sort of restore and bring back, what it was 100 years ago.
How did you come up with this idea to bring a bike share program to the area? Because, you see this in major cities, but I've never seen a smaller community have one.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I think Pittsburgh and then Harmony and Zealy are going to be only bike shares. It sort of stemmed from the fact, I moved into Zealy and Opal 3 years ago. I'd lived down in Cranberry. Cranberry is unfortunately not very walkable, and not, it's just the way that it was. It was a farm town. There was no real city built there. And when I came to Zealy and Opal, I grew up in Pittsburgh. So I was used to, as a kid, hop on my bike, and that's how I went everywhere, I owned a bike lubricant company called Eco Sheep that made biodegradable bike lubricant made out of sheep oil. They shear the sheeps, and they take the wool to make sweaters, and they would take the oil off, and I would buy the oil and sell it. And so I am used to bikes and sort of that industry. And I just thought that it was a great idea to bring bikes here, because I see bikes riding around. I live in Harmony, and I see bikes, everyone's riding around, And it's funny because of the virus, there's Drafer, the bike company down in Zealy and Opal, they got flooded. Everyone wanted their bike fixed, and it's like, they were just like closed, we got just too much work, And, with the bike share, those people just hop on the bikes, and they could have, ridden session. So, part of HH Kingston is, mission is to bring these sort of higher end amenities to here, to just sort of raise property values and get more people here and more people riding and more people out. And, everybody likes bike shares. You can just walk up, click it with your phone and just start riding.
The first place I ever saw it was in Washington, D.C., and I thought, this is crazy, but everyone uses it.
Yeah.
And now Pittsburgh not only has a bike share program, but they actually built bike lanes because of it, and
Exactly.
it's super popular.
Yeah, it's, you go into Pittsburgh and you just see the bike shares just everywhere, just absolutely everywhere, and people have really turned to, I got to get to this business. I'm going to hop on this bike, ride there, get out, do my shopping, ride back. No one's driving, everyone's walking. People are getting healthier. I think it's just a great idea to just, it's all positives for people in the community.
No, for sure. And Zealy and Opal's becoming busier and busier with all the traffic, with all new restaurants and businesses coming in. So I'm sure this is going to be a great way for people that, hey, we might not be able to find parking here, but let's check out Harmony, and then we'll ride over to Zealy and Opal.
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
This is great. Anything else you'd like to share with our listeners today, Sam?
Zealy and Harmony is a great place to live. So if you can find a house, move here quickly. It's, I think everyone who comes to the town really realizes just how awesome it is. And, I just love this place, and, I'm dedicated to just improving everything here for everyone.
Well, we want to thank you and your wife for what you're doing and for everything that your business is doing for the area. And we look forward to seeing this bike share in full operation here soon enough.
Yeah, well, thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
For Armstrong in the Loop podcast, I'm Seth Prentice, keeping you in the loop. Are you enjoying Armstrong in the Loop podcast? Great news! All past and current episodes are available on popular streaming apps and websites. Search Armstrong in the Loop podcast and subscribe today.